So today, on my way to work, I was driving, and my fuel pump, and that's one fuel pump. One of my project cars I was driving failed on my way to work. So I mean, the more like the activity actually inspired me to do this video. What transpired when it happened between me and the vehicle. So yes, I got it fixed. What happened was it was actually giving me sign before now. But I was like, okay. Sometimes the problem will come up intermittently. And then it will work for probably another 1 week or so. Then it will show itself again. But this time it just failed permanently. And of course, I've always prepared, as a technical minded person in automobile and a Peugeot expert as well. So I always have a spare fuel pump in all my Peugeot cars. It doesn't matter which one it is. Even my 505 V6 has a spare fuel pump. So when it happened, I pulled over and got the new fuel pump out. Of course, I already knew what was causing it, so I didn't even bother to. Though I tried to confirm, diagnose, and I was not surprised because I was expecting it was going to be the fuel pump, and eventually the diagnosis led to it was the fuel pump. It was just a short diagnosis. So unfortunately, I had the new fuel pump that, like I said, spare one in the car. I always keep in my boot. Fortunately, the spanner I was supposed to use to remove it was not there. I left it in one of my other cars, and I don't even know why I did that, because that one is specifically, I bought it specifically for this particular car that I'm sitting on right now. So I had to now leave the car there, come back home, assess the other vehicle, remove it, went back, remove the assembly, replace the pump, put it back, carry on. So the reason why I'm doing this video is it's about personal responsibility, what it actually takes to be a monk, what it takes to be a free man, what it takes to be a celebrate. When you look at what's going on right now in the world, not just around you, talking about the entire world, majority of men are just so entitled. People just don't take any responsibility anymore. They are no longer accountable to any of their actions, decisions, choices, this or worse. No, it has to be somebody's mistake or fault or the person. It's something, even if it's not somebody that that caused that made them to do that, or why they couldn't do this because this didn't make them do that, or he or she. So you realize, see, what it takes to be a monk is taking personal responsibility, being accountable for yourself. I didn't pull up my phone to call anybody. You see where I'm coming from. I know some people might also know how to do it. What I'm saying is, I knew. I didn't blame the vehicle. You see where I'm coming? Personal responsibility. I didn't blame the vehicle. I knew it was going to fail, but I don't know. For some reasons, I call it negligence, or I was like, okay, already have backup, so even if it fails any time, I could always deal with it, which I did, but it would have been, I would have spent less resources or time in fixing it than if I had kept that spanner. This is it actually. This is what I'm talking about. This particular one. This is a locally produced one. But it served the purpose anyway. So if I had kept it in the car, I would have served the purpose, and I wouldn't have bothered to leave the vehicle there, transport myself back home and the rest. So it's all about, I didn't need to blame anybody. I didn't need to blame the car. The car did this, or it's not reliable. Why did it stop me? No, After all, I knew the pump I put there, it was, I wouldn't say it was the main original, but I knew I didn't buy the full assembly, so I know after a while it's going to give up. And it was the first time I trusted that brand. So, and it lasted, but not as much I expected, maybe like 2 years or so. So it's about personal responsibility. See, what does it mean to be a monk? You get to cook if you want to. Nobody's going to do it for you. You get to sweep your house whenever you want to, or if you don't sweep it, it stays there. You get to clean up. You do everything. See, everything. That's what I mean. You get to start doing things for yourself. Now you can choose to employ hands, right? But then it's still your responsibility, because even if the person you are paying doesn't do it the way you want or how you want it, you can always change her. So it's still your responsibility to keep yourself clean. If I always see people, sometimes they are feeling sad, I won't say remorseful, they're just feeling sad for making a wrong choice or not being able to get what they want because of their spouse or somebody. So many of them always tell me, I would actually love to, I love this vehicle and this might have been my dream car, but I couldn't buy it because she wouldn't let me. So I had to now go for something else that she preferred, which I don't hate the car, but I'm not happy that I'm not driving that one. So, but in this case, everything. So see, being a monk means both the negative and the positive outcomes. You get to take the credit or the blame. I'm talking about everything that you do, every choices, everything that comes out of you. You get to take that choice. Everything is you. It's not anybody's. It's not, because it's not like you're seeking opinion. Okay, should we do this or not do that? So you get to decide. This is what you want. If it works out, fine. If it doesn't work out, you move on. Find something else, or make another choice next time. Unlike people that will keep looking for, if you had not stopped me, I would have done this, and look at it now. Or maybe if I had not asked you, I would have done something that I will regret. It's not about you. That's what I mean. Personal responsibility, being accountable. It's a kind of different from a man who is different from a married man. A married man is accountable for his family, not just the wife. The wife might tell you that she's an independent woman, she's a modern woman, that she makes her own decision, blah blah blah. But she's not responsible for all her actions and decisions and words or deeds. She's not accountable for any of them. If anything goes wrong, it's still you, the man of the house. Whether she's the breadwinner, she's one that provides money for the upkeep of the house or training of your children in schools or whatever, doesn't matter. As far as concerned, you still get to take the blame of whatever that comes. Unfortunately, most times when the credit comes, it goes to her, not to you. So, but that's by the way. So you get to be accountable for yourself. I see people, they can't even. There are some. I don't know how to say this, but then some men these days are becoming so lazy, and it looks like they've been so pampered by maybe their mothers, or it's not necessarily their mothers. Just men these days, you realize that they can't even do anything for themselves. I'm not talking about mechanical things like working on cars, or no, I'm talking about even domestic. They can't even really take care of themselves. They realize that. Are you saying you can't even live alone? I mean, for a while. You find out that these men just majority. I'm not saying I look as if I'm talking about few men. No, I'm talking about majority of men. They can't even, maybe when they are leaving their house, they'll be able to shut down all the doors, shut down all the electricity, close everything, make sure everything is done. No, somebody else does it for him. So far as concerned, it's not his business. So even when that person is not around, he always just leave this house the same way, leave the windows open, the doors open, nothing because you know, I don't know. So being a monk means you take responsibility of yourself. You have to be ready. If you are not willing, if you are the type that probably from birth, or people have been doing all these things for you, that when you became an adult, you just can't do without having a mom, because most times that's what it's all about. Men are so testy, so I won't say testy, you know. They just have this kind of, I don't know where is it, desire to always have a mom is life. You know, even when he works, he has moved away from his parents' house or his mother's house. He still has to look for another mother. You know, so they hardly anything have to be done. Even washing of clothes have to be done by the wife. Even I'm not saying cook. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, if you can. But come on, there's some things you should be able to, even to tidy up where you ate. It's still somebody has to do. She has to do it for you. Every goddamn thing. Come on. And you see this reflect in places, you know, people. So the thing is, it's it's something I don't know if it will ever be solved, because it's not like there's there's something in place that is a solution to this. No, there's no solution. It's getting worse and worse. Men are becoming more feminine. Men just can't deal with being alone. You know, back then, men sometimes their fathers would take their son, go into the wilderness, go into the bush and stay there all by themselves, days, weeks, or go into hunting. You know, so that they start. Sometimes men fathers will take their son and leave them for them to come back on their own, feed for days and be able to take care of themselves. But these days, no, everybody, it's like you see a 30-year-old man, he's still sucking breast. He hasn't finished, he finished from he left his mother's one and look for another mother as a wife to keep sucking the breast as a baby. You continue to be that baby where everything is done. Even every decision now is taken by your wife. Everything. So if you are like that, it's better you just go and get married. Look for a woman, even if it's a girlfriend, just stay like that. Please, it's just better for you that way. Being a monk is you. Everything, financial, otherwise, is you. Whatever decision you're making financially, whether it comes out negative or positive, you. Like I said, I didn't blame myself that I didn't blame the vehicle. I didn't even blame myself that much that, this thing failed, the fuel pump failed on me today. No. I just think this part of the life. However, I should have prevented it. However, it's an experience. So next time, I'm going to take more precaution or do it better. So because I know that that morning when I was coming back to my house, I now took that decision that this spanner will constantly remain in this car, or maybe permanently remain in this car no matter what. I will never let it out again, because I've already solved the other problem by always having a spare pump in case it fails. But then if you have the part that you need to replace the old part with, then you don't have the tool to remove it, it's meaningless. So that's why I didn't take that. I didn't feel bad or blame myself that much, because it was an experience that I learned from. So it's on me, not on anybody else. I won't say, I have because my wife or the woman I was living with was nagging at me and I forgot, or couldn't allow me to spend money to take it to a mechanic to do it for me. So this, I don't know, me. And also, personal responsibility means even if you are not a car person, a techno person, you can actually learn how to do some of these things that maybe if your car breaks down, you can be able to, if it may be a basic something. Hello? That's a pussycat. Cat it. No, animals, they actually understand this life better than we do. Okay, so yeah, I believe I've passed the message across. Uh, Probably may not say everything, you know. Just grab it the way you can. If you don't understand, if you think what I say doesn't make sense to you, well, I can't help you. Okay, that's all for this video, and bye.